Hello, Lynn Watts here with Wyatt the Wonder Dog Books. And today I want to share with you a brand new product that I have on my website that I'm very excited about. And that is mindset cards. Mindset cards. All right. So each of the decks of mindset cards come like this. They're shrink wrapped and they have 24 cards in them. 12 of the cards are growth mindset statements, and then 12 are matching fixed growth mindset statements. All right. So here's an example for you. This one says, well, let me start with the fixed mindset card. It says, "This is too hard for me." So if you're not really familiar, or your students or children are not really familiar with the difference between growth mindset and fixed mindset, you could talk about positive and negative. But the fixed mindset or negative would be, "This is too hard for me." A positive or a growth mindset, which means that a child knows that they can learn from mistakes, from hard things. Here's that statement: "I can learn to do hard things. Everything is hard at first." All right. So each of the cards have a statement that is growth and then one that is fixed. Here's another one. This one says, "I'm not good at this." All right. And then to change that into a growth mindset, this one says, "I'm on the right track. It takes practice to improve." All right. I'll share one more with you. Here's one that says, "I can't figure out how to solve this problem." And then the growth mindset is, "Solving problems takes time and effort. I haven't solved it yet." So there's that important word "yet" that is part of growth mindset. Now, the deck of cards comes, as I said, there are 24 cards, and then there are also 3 cards that give you ideas for different ways that you could use the cards. And it's everything from, you could role play some situations and use the statements, or you could pick one statement and then give the opposite statement, or take a fixed mindset, turn it into a growth mindset, that sort of thing. So there are lots of different things. I know that you have probably all kinds of great ideas for how you could use them. They can certainly be used as standalone cards. So in other words, you could use them in a counseling session with an individual student. You could use them in a group setting, or you could use them in an entire class. As I said, there are 24 cards, so you can use them with a fairly large group of students. Now, if you want to use the cards along with a lesson, all right, so you want it to be the activity that you follow up a lesson with, you could begin with "Wyatt the Wonder Dog Tries Again," a great lesson on growth mindset and having perseverance, recognizing that failure is something that happens along the way to success. So you can read this story. You could follow it up with the cards. And in addition, if you wanted a whole lesson that has different ideas, worksheets, coloring sheets, to go right along with that book and the mindset cards, you could use Stories to Learn By, which has a lesson aligned with ASCA standards for all the Wyatt books, including the Tries Again book. And it even has actually the mindset cards in here, which if you wanted to create your own, you could certainly do that. So lots of different ideas on something that I think is very, very useful for kids to learn as they set goals, both personal, social, emotional, academic goals, and how their mindset or their thinking impacts their ability to be successful. So again, those are mindset cards. You can find them on my website. Thanks as always for all the things that you do for young children, and thanks for listening.